everyone, and
Hello.
welcome to another edition of the Pete and Fran podcast.
Hello, listeners.
How are you, dear?
I'm very well.
Good, good. Have you had a good week?
Yes.
Excellent. Glad to hear it. What have you been up to? Just chilling out.
Chilling out.
Yeah, good, good. Right, yeah, so moving swiftly on. Today we're going to mess around, as usual.
We are.
And we're also going to talk about Avengers Endgame. There will be spoilers in the review. We will give you a spoiler warning, and if you don't want to know anything beyond that point,
it off.
And you can turn off. But first, Avengers Endgame came out. Very exciting time for everyone involved.
You went very early in the morning and watched it.
I did. I went to a midnight screening. Yes. And then went again.
I did not.
Last night. But more importantly, while you were out the other day, Robert Downey Jr. came.
Did he?
To talk
he
to
knocked
me.
on our front door.
Yeah, well, I'd invited him. I never expected him to come. But
All right.
we had a brief chat before you got back, so you missed him.
What?
I know. All these famous people I've met in the last few weeks.
Well, Thor wasn't there, so it's all right.
It wasn't Chris Hemsworth, but
No.
yeah, Robert Downey Jr. was here. So, let's...
He's a bit old for me anyway, to be honest.
Well, if you say so. I still think he's handsome.
Okay.
But let's play the interview, shall we?
Yes.
Okay. So, Robert, thanks for joining us. I've got multiple questions. Of course, you're probably one of my favourite actors in my favourite cinematic universe. So firstly, you've recently succeeded in completing a Rubik's Cube that you started in 1981. Congratulations on that. Is that a big achievement for you?
I'm glad it's worked out this way because we have been really working our asses off for a while.
Sure, totally. Samuel L. Jackson recently told me that he's undertaken a quest to capture a leprechaun. Do you believe in leprechauns?
These things come from somewhere else and then they're kind of bestowed on humanity.
Are you going to help him with his quest to capture one?
I mean, nobody had even heard of that 5-6 years ago. So I think it's interesting to be at the beginning of something.
How do you feel if someone just gives you a piece of cake unexpectedly?
I feel grateful.
Do you love popcorn?
That's why I love movies.
There's a rumour going round that there's a secret society in Hollywood for people with great hair. Are you involved in that in any way?
I'm not only the hair club president, but I'm also a member.
All right, cool. What do you think people said on January the 1st, 1970?
It's been a decade of signs and wonders.
How do you finish making a sandwich?
And you go try to put your secret sauce on that.
Thanks, Robert. Yeah, secret sauce. Anyway, it's been great speaking to you. I know you've got to go off. Thank you so much for all your work in the Marvel Universe. You've been incredible throughout. Shall we kiss now?
Yeah.
Well, that was
very
my interview with
interesting.
Robert. It was nice that he kissed me at the end. Don't you agree? I would like to point out to the listeners that you may hear a dog as we are joined by a special guest, Star the dog. Yeah. So she may bark, and I'm not going to edit out because I don't want to. I think we should have the sounds.
Sitting, aren't we?
Yeah, we should have the sounds of animals in all our podcasts. Yeah. Okay. So that was Robert.
Very interesting, wasn't he?
Yeah.
He did sound a bit tired. I'm not gonna lie.
He's been doing a lot of press for the Avengers
right,
film. It was nice of him just to come and talk to us. And
Come round to our Birmingham house.
I was excited to hear more about that hair club that he was the president of.
Is that real? I don't realise.
Well, he said it was. He said not only is he a member, he's the president.
Oh,
okay. And he's helping Samuel L. Jackson capture a leprechaun.
It's
good.
That's interesting.
Yeah, it's good that they're friends.
Are they after a pot of gold?
Oh, maybe. I think they've probably got enough money though. So that was Robert. So before we get on to the Avengers, I thought we'd get the time phone out.
Oh.
Yeah.
Who are we talking to?
Today I thought we'd call President Richard Nixon.
All right.
Because on this day in history, he announced the main withdrawal of troops from Vietnam.
Oh, right.
leaving the last 45,000 there, which
Oh, okay.
pretty much signalled the end of wide-scale war in Vietnam.
Wow.
So let's fire up the time
Pretty,
phone and talk to Nixon. Hello?
Yes, who is this?
It's Pete and Fran from the Pete and Fran podcast, Mr. President. My wife would like to ask you a few questions, if that's all right.
Sure. I don't have a lot going on.
Okay.
Okay.
Right, we'll do it quick before you get called away.
Yeah, okay. Questions coming up, Mr. President.
Are you ready?
Yes.
Why are you withdrawing troops from Vietnam?
Well, it's pretty obvious that we're going to win the war in Vietnam, and I think we could do it with less troops rather than more, because that's how wars work, and that's how wars are won.
Okay. On to the next question then. What other plans do you have for your time as president?
I have lots of plans. I am Richard Nixon, one of the world's greatest presidents, a great leader of people, and definitely not a crook. Firstly, I want to institute a policy of universal basic income, because it's very, very important that everyone is guaranteed work, but also an income, even after robots take all our jobs. Also, I will be issuing free pigs to all American citizens. Then, I will invent flying cars. All Americans will have flying cars, free pigs, universal basic income. Then, I will have sex with Marilyn Monroe. And I will form a team of superheroes, led by Dr. Manhattan, and then I will dangle a giant magnet off the Golden Gate Bridge. And then all the coins we collect, I will spend on new space shuttles.
Does Marilyn Monroe like you?
She likes all presidents. She loved my predecessor, John Kennedy.
Okay. On to the next question then. Do you think you'll be remembered as a good president?
Yes, nothing will happen to me that will besmirch my record. Nothing will ever come to light about certain wrongdoings I may have committed whilst in office. David Frost will interview me, and everything will be fine. I have recorded all my meetings, and nothing incriminating will ever come from those recordings.
Well, are you a crook?
Why would you ask me that? I am not a crook. I've earned everything I've got.
As president, how would you react if somebody stole Florida?
If somebody stole Florida? Why, what have you heard? Is someone stealing Florida? I don't know how to do if someone took Florida away. It's the best bit. It's where we put all of the old people when they want to die.
Okay. What would it be like if you put a jellyfish in a bag?
Well, I'd imagine it would be a very exciting experience. Not just for the person putting the jellyfish in the bag, but also for the jellyfish. I would imagine it would be a little bit like having a big bowl of jelly, but encased in a bag.
Okay. Last question. Hope you're ready for this.
Yes.
Who is your favourite superhero?
Almost definitely Squirrel Girl. Squirrel Girl is a symbol of hope and justice, and in female empowerment also. I love Squirrel Girl. Oh, but also I like Superman too.
Okay. Lovely.
Do you have any more questions? I'm very busy.
No, that'll do.
Okay.
All right, thank you for talking to us, Mr. Nixon.
It's a pleasure. Who did you say you were again?
Pete and Fran.
And what do you do?
We podcast
Well, what's a podcast?
where you do recordings.
It's kind of like the radio, but nobody listens to it.
That sounds like a waste of time.
It's not.
It kind of is, but it's fun. A bit like, breaking into hotels and stealing records and things.
What do you mean breaking into hotels? Who have you been talking to? I'm out of here.
Oh, he's gone.
He's gone.
Well, it
Right.
was nice to talk to Richard Nixon.
Yeah.
He's an interesting man, and he's got lots of plans.
He
for
seems to
his...
think Marilyn Monroe is going to have sex with him, which she might not want to.
She had sex with JFK.
Yeah, it doesn't mean she's going to have sex with every man, does
Maybe
it?
she's turned on by power.
Maybe.
To be fair, though, JFK was quite a handsome man. And
Yeah.
Richard Nixon is not.
No.
Yeah. So I think he'll be remembered as a great president. I don't think he'll be impeached for breaking the law at all.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah. Got high hopes for Richard Nixon. I'm sure it'll be fine.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to talk about the Avengers now.
Yeah, spoilers.
Spoilers from here on out. If you skip to the last minute of the podcast, if you want to know what's coming up in future episodes. But if you haven't seen Avengers Endgame yet and you don't want it to be spoiled, switch off now.
Switch off.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Okay then. So yeah, Avengers Endgame. It's 97% critics score on Rotten Tomatoes already. No,
That is huge.
And I would say I agree with the critics on that one.
Okay.
We'll get into that though. So just talk about, for those who maybe haven't seen any of the
seen
Avengers films. So it follows on from Avengers Infinity War,
Yes.
which was the last Avengers
What was the
film.
first? What was the first?
The first Avengers film was called The Avengers. In Britain, it was called Avengers Assemble because we had a TV show called The Avengers.
So they couldn't name it the same.
It wasn't that. People didn't want to be confused. There was also a film of The Avengers starring Sean Connery.
Oh, okay.
I don't think they wanted people to get confused. So then there was Avengers Age of Ultron.
Yes.
And then it was Captain America Civil War, which was kind of an Avengers film.
Yeah.
They were all in it, pretty much.
Pretty much.
Yeah, a few missing, like the Hulk and Thor. But, yeah.
Most of them were in it.
And then, there was Infinity War, and now
Yeah.
Avengers Endgame.
Yeah.
So it begins, doesn't it, after following the event, as they call it, where Thanos, the evil man, had snapped his fingers and killed half of the life in the universe.
Yeah.
So it's about them trying to reverse that event by time travel, basically.
And it did.
Yeah, we're in spoilers. It does succeed.
It does succeed.
I think
we have said spoilers, haven't we?
yeah.
Okay.
If you're into the Avengers, obviously you'll be fully aware that all those
the good always has to win.
The good will overcome, and all those characters that died in Infinity War were going to come back.
Back anyway, weren't they?
I think after 10 minutes of being absolutely devastated by the ending of Infinity War, I went, oh, they'll probably all just come back.
Yep. You did cry.
Yeah, I did get upset. It was a very sad film. So, what did you think of Avengers Endgame?
Okay, so I thought it was good,
Mm-hmm.
but I am glad it's come to an end.
Well, there'll be more Marvel films.
Yes.
And probably more Avengers films.
Yeah, but it
This
was a good trio, whatever you want to call it,
Yeah.
ending.
Yeah, it ties together. I mean, they've called this the end of, phase 1 of their Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Yeah.
And it ties together every single one of the 22 films.
Yeah.
Really well. I loved how when they're time traveling, they come into the first Avengers film and bits of the 4 movies. And,
Yeah, it was great. Yeah.
Yeah, and even going back to their past and stuff in the 70s. And,
Yeah, it was really good. I really liked it, but I loved the end bit the most.
Yeah,
obviously.
the ending's awesome. Yeah, I loved it.
Yeah. It was good.
Don't think I liked it as much as Infinity War, but I still thought it was very, very good.
Yeah,
Brilliant.
I thought Infinity War had more battles in it.
Yeah, it's very, very long.
Yeah.
3 hours. It does feel its length, I'd say. I think it could have been a few bits cut
I
out.
reckon they could have been.
But yeah, I mean, there hasn't been a film centered on Tony Stark for a while, and obviously this film is about him and Captain America, who have kind of been a bit more marginalised.
Yeah.
Over the last few films, so I guess that's why we have to fall back in love with Iron Man and Captain America again, because big spoiler, death of Iron Man. Iron Man dies, and Captain America goes to live in the past
with his what? Well,
with Peggy,
his
with Agent
she
Carter.
loved him. Well, he loved her, and
they
she
loved each
him.
other. So happy ending for Cap. Not a happy ending for Robert Downey Jr.'s Iron Man.
No.
He is dead.
But his little girl in the movie is very cute.
He has, like, they must have trawled for a long time to
A
find
long time.
the world's cutest child.
She is very cute.
She was awesome. I've just got to make a pros and cons list. I've said it ties together things really well.
Yeah.
I thoroughly enjoyed Captain America fighting Captain America. That was a good scene.
Yes.
I enjoyed that immensely. What I didn't like was they killed off Black Widow. What the hell?
Yeah, but maybe she didn't want to do it anymore.
Well, I thought she was getting her own movie.
She is, isn't she?
Yeah, I suppose it could be like a prequel.
Prequel,
Yeah.
yeah.
But
She might not want to do it anymore. They have been doing it for like, how many years?
over 10 and 11 years now.
Yeah, it's a long time to do those sorts of movies.
But I love Black Widow.
I know, she's amazing.
Yeah.
She's very good.
Butt am I going to look at now?
I don't know.
Or to look at Elizabeth Olsen's butt.
Yeah.
Yeah, or Evangeline Lilly. Or
Yeah.
any of the others, really.
Any of the others.
They're all very pretty. So I didn't like that she died. But
No, but
someone
I
has to
think
die.
it was fine.
Annoyingly, because it was like the choice between her and Hawkeye. I was like, kill Hawkeye.
No,
Hawkeye sucks.
he's got family.
I know.
He was married with 2 kids.
Yeah, but he's boring.
Yeah.
Oh, boring Hawkeye. Yeah. Right, what else do we have? Yeah, it wasn't as... I think I didn't like it as much because there wasn't as much humour. Well, not as much
I don't
joking.
know. I thought there was enough humour in it.
I thoroughly enjoyed Fat Four.
Yes.
Four gets all fat and
He does.
drunk.
Still got his cheeky smile.
Yeah, and he's living in a little house with Korg and Meek, which I really enjoyed.
Yeah.
Not enough Korg, but I think Korg's going to be in the Loki TV show a lot.
Yeah.
Which, Korg's like my favourite Marvel character now.
Yeah, I really like Korg.
Yeah. What up, bro?
I really like the
Which one?
not the rat. He's a
Rocket Raccoon?
Yeah, he's a raccoon.
He'll be back. Guardians of the Galaxy
Yeah.
3 is being made. at the
No,
moment.
I'm excited about that.
Yeah, because I think Thor's going to be in that.
Yeah.
At the end of the film, he's on the ship with all the
Yeah,
Guardians.
he is.
Yeah.
Deciding who's the boss, but yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Yeah, I can't wait to see more of the Guardians. I feel like, this film could have done with Drax being in it and some of them, but, they were dead, weren't they? So, yeah. Sends off Robert Downey Jr.
The dog wants to go out.
The dog wants to go for a walk, yeah. Yeah, sends off Robert Downey Jr. really well. Enjoyed that. Captain America's ending was great. The final battle scene
is immense.
absolutely epic. Yeah, really, really awesome finale. This is how you do a cinematic universe. Star Wars and DC could take a leaf out of Marvel's book, I think.
Yeah, it was very good.
I couldn't recommend it enough.
Yes.
If you haven't seen it yet.
And the good wins, so I'm happy about that.
Yeah, you couldn't have Thanos winning again.
No.
Right, so we've done the pros and cons. Who's your favourite character in it?
Oh, I don't know, because I really like the new Captain America.
Oh, what? Really? What, the guy who was the Falcon?
No, the lady, wasn't it? Brie Larson.
Ah, she's Captain Marvel.
Oh, Captain Marvel. God.
Can't keep up with all this stuff.
I know. I like her, but obviously
she wasn't in it much either.
No.
Yeah.
I think I would say probably the raccoon. I really like the raccoon. He always adds a bit of
Everyone
humour.
loves Rocket, don't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's always Thor for me. I love Thor.
Yeah.
It's so funny.
I was going to say Thor, but I thought you might say Thor.
Okay. Would you recommend it? Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. We both recommend it.
To families, children, anyone.
Yeah. And what was your favourite part?
Oh, probably the battle scene. Although I did like it when Gamora's sister, I can't remember her name now, Nebula, saves the day, doesn't she?
She does, yeah. Definitely the end battle for me. Yeah.
The end battle was immense. It was absolutely amazing.
Yeah, there's a lot of good stuff in it. I've thoroughly enjoyed the time travel part where they're trying to test their time machine. Keep sending Ant-Man back and forward in time.
And he gets
comes back as a baby and an old man. So someone peed in my suit. Yeah.
I mean, why did they send him? They could have sent anyone.
Because he can get small, can't he?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Was it as good as Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves?
No. Never as good as that. That movie's from the 80s. Nothing can beat Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves.
I'm not sure it's better than Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves either.
No.
And that's the yardstick we use for all films.
Yeah,
Robin
because
Hood,
it's
Prince
my
of
favourite
Thieves.
film of all time.
But yeah, I'd say it's up there with it, but maybe not quite as good as Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves.
Yeah. I would say, if I had to give Robin Hood 100%, I would probably have given Infinity... What was it called? Endgame.
Yeah.
Probably 80%.
Blimey. So not 97, like
No.
the critics are giving it. No, fair
It
enough.
was long.
Yeah. So, what's your favourite Marvel movie?
Oh my god, I don't know.
Out of 22.
What are they? Can you name them all?
Oh, probably, but that would be a very boring
Name me
thing
a
for
few.
someone listen to.
None of
to.
the Avengers, put it that way.
For Ragnarok.
Yeah, I like that one.
Yeah.
Name me another one.
Captain America Civil War, Captain America Winter Soldier, Captain America the First Avenger,
None of them.
Spider-Man Homecoming,
What about
Iron Man 1, 2 and 3.
Oh, that's a DC film, isn't it? Wonder Woman.
Wonder Woman is a DC character. Yeah.
Uh,
Captain Marvel.
what about Guardians of the Galaxy?
Guardians of the Galaxy 1
I
and
would
2?
say 1 and 2.
Okay.
Definitely. They're always the funniest films for me.
It's definitely for Ragnarok for me, I think.
Yeah, that probably what I would say
Yeah,
second.
mainly because it's just like a comedy, really. It's
It
so
is.
funny. Yeah, especially with Korg. Yeah. Why do you think that Star Wars hasn't been able to do as well as Marvel in making their new films under Disney?
I thought they were.
Well, yeah, like the main,
I love them. I
Yeah.
prefer them to the old films.
They've all made money, but Solo lost money, which is the first Star Wars film to not make a profit.
Yeah, I don't think it was advertised that well.
No, it kind of got.
And
yeah.
it wasn't in the cinema very long.
No, it wasn't. And yeah, like there was that stupid boycott thing about it as well.
Oh, bloody geeks,
yeah,
get
I
over
know,
it.
Stupid assholes. And then yeah, they got done. It was right close to Infinity War, wasn't it? It was a really weird time for them to put it out.
Yeah, I think they rushed it.
I think
They should have released it this year, beginning of this year.
it had like real problems in production as well, didn't it? They had to change directors and reshoot loads of it and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I think yeah.
I still liked it.
Yeah, maybe don't ask the people who directed the Lego movies to direct Star Wars films.
Yeah, probably a bad idea.
Yeah, and then get annoyed when they make a comedy for you.
Well, yeah, they
Look
are
at those-
comedy.
Look at those Lego guys. What the hell is this? It's just a stupid comedy.
Get me some Lego. Where's the Lego?
It's like, yeah, we make Lego movies.
Yeah.
What else do you expect?
What a bunch of silly people.
Yeah, someone got fired for that. Definitely.
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do like Star Wars.
Yeah.
And I think it is. I personally think Star Wars is better than Avengers and
I would say
Marvel.
it's sort. I mean, there are a lot more Marvel films.
But
Right
I
now.
just think like Star Wars is better.
I'd put it down as like being how I like the British office in comparison to the US
American
office.
office
I love the American office. There's more of it and it
Yeah.
expands more, but the British office
is the sole favourite.
This like perfectly encapsulated
It is.
bit of comedy genius. But yeah, the US office is great as well. I think I kind of see the MCU because there's loads of it, of it to enjoy, and the Star Wars is less.
Less, but quality versus quantity.
Well, apart from maybe the prequels.
I don't know. They've got their own way.
Yeah,
The Harrison Ford movies
Yeah.
I like.
yeah, the prequels, I'd quite like them still.
Yeah.
The Phantom Menace is a bit rubbish, but
I
yeah.
love the new ones. The new ones I find are really good.
Like everyone's shit on The Last Jedi. We've talked about it before. I thought it was
I liked
great.
it.
Yeah,
It's great.
might watch that again later.
Yeah, let's watch it later. We're not doing anything, are
No.
we? Or we could watch our next podcast.
Oh yeah.
We'll talk about that in a minute.
Well,
Right.
that is actually our next point.
Okay.
What we've got coming up. So next
Yes.
week's episode will be recorded in
Hastings.
on Britain's gorgeous Riviera, South Coast. The jewel of that South Coast will be recorded in Hastings.
Seaside, isn't it?
Yes, we will have some special guests.
What coast is that?
South Coast.
South Coast.
Yeah.
Right.
My goodness. Geography of your own country.
They have pebbles, don't they? Hating. Do you have pebble beaches or sand beaches?
It's a bit of both.
Is it? Okay. Not that I'm taking my flip-flops or anything, but I might be.
Yeah. So we're going to be recording a round table discussion about The Fifth Element. We have talked about that in the past.
Yes. We're going to be joined by some very lovely people.
We are joined by some very special guests.
Yes.
So look forward to that. And then after that, we'll be doing an episode about Anaconda.
But no, we're going to do Anaconda versus...
We're going to do Anaconda and Anaconda versus Lake Placid, which is the final film in the Anaconda cinematic universe. Who knew there were like 6 Anaconda movies?
I know.
Yeah, and one of them looks like it was made on someone's computer. And that's the one we'll be watching.
That's what we researched this morning, people.
And
how many Anaconda movies there are.
We'll also be discussing some of these copy movies that we've been talking about, the ones that copy existing ones. So we'll be comparing Transmorphers and Atlantic Rim. So rip-offs of Transformers and Pacific Rim, giant robot battles.
Yeah,
we're looking forward to that. And that's pretty much all we've got for you this week.
Yeah,
kind of a short episode, but we had a little mess around, and then we talked about Avengers Endgame.
I did like it.
Yeah.
But not as much.
No, not as much as Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves.
No.
And
sorry, fans.
Sorry, Marvel, you failed to make a film that's as good as Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves.
I feel bad for saying that, though.
I know. Think how much money got spent on Avengers Endgame.
Think how much money didn't get spent on Robin Hood.
Well, it probably had quite a big budget for its time.
Probably,
yeah. There's a lot of people in it, a lot of extras, a lot of big sets.
Yeah.
Yeah, no CGI back then.
No.
I don't know where you'd put CGI in a Robin Hood film anyway.
Nah, it's all horseback, innit?
Apparently, we really need to watch that Robin Hood that came out last year because it's so bad. It's so bad it's good. Apparently, I might look that up. I might try and find that now.
Yeah, we'll find it.
Yeah, if it is as hilarious as I've heard it is, then we'll be doing an episode about that.
Yeah,
comparing it to Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves,
the better one. Well, we could do all 3, couldn't we? The one with...
the Robin Hood cinematic universe. There's been about like 20 Robin Hood films.
Has there?
Yeah,
there's another one coming out, isn't there?
They can't be making another one, surely.
Oh no, that's Men in Black. I'm thinking.
Yeah, I just get those two things confused. You know, that Robin Hood film with Will Smith and Tommy Lee Jones.
And massive guns. And aliens.
You remember that Robin Hood film where Natalie Portman's a ballerina?
That's Swan Lake, isn't it?
Black Swan. Remember that Robin Hood movie with the giant robots?
Swim Lake, innit?
Anaconda versus Lake Placid. Right, anyway, that's enough nonsense. So yeah, some great episodes coming up. Look forward to the Fifth Element episode next week.
Yes.
And I finally got round to creating our Instagram page. So
yes, you did.
Follow us on Instagram. We are Pete and Fran Pod on Instagram.
Just the pod.
Pete and Fran Pod, all one word. And as usual, you can find me on Twitter. I'm at Pete Langhout. Langhout spelt Langhelt. Superb. And you are also solo on Instagram.
I am Frances Langhout.
Langhout spelt Langhelt. And if you want to email me, if you want to submit anything for Sketch a Bit, there'll be another episode of that up this week. So look forward to another episode of Sketch a Bit.
Yes.
People seem to listen to that.
I have actually listened to a few now.
Yeah, you're enjoying them.
Yeah.
Good, isn't it? A lot of work goes into that show.
I know.
Be good if
beavering away all the time now, aren't you?
Yeah, it'd be good if someone would listen to it.
Your own wife.
Yeah, someone in this room. Someone with the name of Fran.
I have listened to a few now. There's too many to catch up now.
It's 7 of them. One of them's 10 minutes long. If you haven't listened to Sketch a Bit yet, listeners, please do.
It's very good.
And more people listen to Sketch a Bit than listen to the main podcast. Maybe I'll just ditch you and just do Sketch a Bit on it.
Whatever. They like me.
Yeah,
I think that anyway. But...
Well, the few episodes that didn't feature you didn't get listened to at all. I think. So, apart from my review of Green Book. Yeah. So either need sketches or you.
And we're going to do a lot of films that are coming out. I think we should do Men in Black versus the old Men in Black.
Yeah.
And maybe... I don't know what else is coming out. I can't remember now.
Yeah. Well, I say if you want, if you've got a movie you want us to watch,
yes,
then please
let us know.
Get in touch by email. My email is petelanghelt30@gmail.com.
Lovely.
So yeah, if you've got anything to send in, please do.
Yes.
I'll gratefully receive it. If you want us to read something out, I will.
Yes.
Mainly because if you send us stuff to read out, I don't have to do any research around production. So
yeah. Happy birthdays, anything like that.
Yeah.
40th.
Yeah. Any content that you can give me for free, I'll thoroughly enjoy it. So yeah, enjoy. And yeah, that's all we have time for this week. So
yes.
Yeah. Would you like to add anything?
No.
No.
I'm happy.
Okay. Great episode. Thanks very much.
Ta-da.
And we'll see you next week for the Fifth Element chat. Yeah, that'll be a bit of a longer episode.
Yes.
And yeah, goodbye.
Bye. Bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye. Love you. Bye.